What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. As promised, today's video is all about how to buy a motorcycle out of state. So that is exactly what I just did. Obviously there are multiple ways to do this probably, but I'm going to give you guys my experience. It was honestly super easy and I never really thought I would do this, but now having done it I might do it again, just based off how easy it was. So stay tuned for all the tips and tricks and let's go for a ride. Alright guys, so first things first, I highly recommend if you can find a bike that you like within your area, that should be your primary option. You can go look at the bike, you can personally talk to the dealership, the salesman, ask questions and all that stuff. So if that's an option, I highly recommend do it in person. It's just easier. But like in my situation, I could not find this bike for the life of me, this specific colorway and everything else, anywhere near Phoenix. I was trying to find this specific bike. I'm a little picky. It's probably a bad trait of mine, but I literally only wanted this color. I did not want the white, green, and black 2021 model. So I'm calling all over the place. I can't find any. The dealerships are like, oh, we just sold it. And I finally found this one. It was in Ventura, California, and he said that they still had it in stock. So I put a down payment on it, pretty much, or not a down payment, a deposit, like $250. They hold it for 7 or 8 days and allow you to figure out how you're gonna get the money and all that other stuff. So that was step number one. And from there, the dealership did not finance out of state. So I got the money and everything sent over through a wire transfer. It took like a day or two. Super easy. They let me know that they got the wire. They mailed me all of the paperwork. The dealership mailed me all of the paperwork. I signed it, mailed it back. Super easy. They sent you an envelope with a postage stamp or postage label already on it. I didn't even have to buy anything else. I literally just dropped it off at the post office. So from there I had to figure out how I was going to go get the bike, and I pretty much had two options. So I could ship the bike, which is what I ended up doing, or pay for a U-Haul trailer and take the time off work, or just go for a weekend and drive all the way out there and pick it up and bring it back or ride it back. And I just did not want to do that, so I chose the option to ship it, and the dealership did not ship it. I did not ship this bike back to Arizona from the dealership. I had to use a third party called uship.com. I'll have a link in the description. And this thing was super easy. Literally, like, I was expecting the worst and it just blew my mind how awesome this was. So how uship works is you create a listing on the website. You're going to tell them what you are shipping, where it's shipping from, and where it's shipping to. That's pretty much the only three things you need. And from there, the contractors or whoever they are that have accounts with uship, they will send you an offer. Some people will be higher than others, some people will be lower. And I just went through each person. What the heck? That's Arizona for you. So every contractor is going to have different prices. They're going to have reviews on their profile. So you're just going to have to go through and kind of sift through, not so much BS, but find the best deal for you and something that you're comfortable with, and somebody that has insurance and everything else. So after I got a couple of offers, it was only like 1 or 2 days. It did not take long at all to get like a bunch of offers. And I accepted one. I got a good price. The guy said he had insurance. He lived here in Phoenix and he was already in California, so he's like, this will help me get home. And I booked it. You can talk with the person that's going to pick it up before you book it, but I ended up booking it with this guy. So the listing that I chose, they offered me $400 and it was like a $30 service charge, so it ended up being $430. And he literally did everything. And of course, if you're in Florida and you want to buy a bike in California and ship it, it's probably going to be more, so just keep that in mind. But California to Arizona, I got some offers in the 300s from, you know, they were companies that didn't have as many reviews or as many good reviews, or they had a few bad reviews. So I just went with what I thought was going to be best for the situation, and everything worked out honestly perfectly. So you might be thinking, like, do I need to communicate with the dealer? Do I need to communicate with the shipper? Do I need to let the dealership know who is coming to get the bike, blah blah blah. And really, no. So I told the dealership that I was not going to come personally get the bike, that I was going to have a shipping service do it, and they didn't even ask like any information really. They just require that the shipping company gives them a BOL, bill of lading, when they show up, and that's got my name on it and everything, and all your information from when you created your listing on UShip. All of that information transfers over to the BOL, so they match names, serial number, everything else, so they can confirm it. The shipper picks it up, brings it back, and literally drops it off at your house. And unfortunately, in my case, the guy that was driving the bike back in his trailer, he had something happen to his truck, so when he got back to Phoenix, he's like, I gotta go home, I can't drop it off. The next day it rained all day, and he was communicating with me the whole time through this process, so I wasn't worried or anything. And so like the following day, after that whole rainy day, I ended up just going over to his house, picking up the bike. If you guys saw the first video that I posted with the Z900, then you know what I'm talking about. But I picked it up from his house. It was super easy. Inside the app, you don't pay the shipping company until you have the product, whatever it is you're shipping. So once I got to the house, I saw the bike, everything looked in good order, it started, blah blah blah, everything. You literally just hit a button in the app, it pays them, and you right away. Super easy, super simple. It really exceeded my expectations. I wasn't expecting the worst, but I was figuring there were going to be some hoops to jump through, and really it was as straightforward as you can get. So highly recommend UShip, guys, if you need to buy a motorcycle out of state. Like myself, if you're picky and you just can't find the right bike that you want, that is an obviously good option. And there are plenty more options out there in companies just like UShip, so do your research and I'm sure you'll be able to find something. Woo! Man, that's so much more fun than the 500R. Like, no hate, but this bike is insane. And as you guys couldn't tell, or if you couldn't tell, you know, as I get more and more miles on this thing, the break-in period just gets more and more irrelevant. But I've heard that it's good to get a different array of rev ranges, really breaking the engine. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Alright guys, well that's going to do it. I hope that's all the information you need to buy a bike out of state if that's the situation you're in. And I hope the process for you is as easy as it was for me. I can't complain about it, so I'm super happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video. We got tons and tons of content coming with the Z900, and along with the 500R, the selling process and the last ride and a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.